All right, so it's rapid reactions. A whole lot of topics, a little bit of time. Jay, the floor is yours.
All right, Brooklyn Nets coach Steve Nash says he's hopeful Ben Simmons will play before the regular season ends. If Simmons doesn't, does that hurt the Nets come playoff time?
Yes. It's just hard for me to believe that you, especially with the way the Nets are playing now with just Kyrie and KD, and the fact that at some point here soon that the New York legislators, I say, gonna change the mask mandates where Kyrie can not only sit on the court side when it's team play, he can actually play when they're at home. So they changed that. That means Kyrie and KD plays more together. You don't want Ben Simmons to fall back too far when you're talking about continuity and all that. So, yeah, I think it will hurt him. I think they need him to play at least a week or so in the regular season. That way, when you get ready to play in these tight 7-game series, you ain't got Ben Simmons out here still stretching and warming up while everybody else ready to play. Due to New York City vaccine mandate, the Yankees and the Mets players who are unvaccinated will not be allowed to play in the home games at this time. Jay, what's your reaction to that?
I haven't seen a dumb COVID headline in quite a while, with the Ukraine thing. I thought COVID went ahead and died out. But, of course, leave it to New York City to come up with something stupid. This is baseball. This is outside. This is where the players inherently are social distance. It's just
that's true.
It's just stupid. It's stupid at this point. And New York City need the Mecca, the most populated city in America. God, please just stop with the theater, because that's all this is at this point. Today, Rams left tackle Andrew Whitworth announced he was retiring after 16 seasons that concluded with a Super Bowl victory. What are your thoughts on his career?
Hey, Rams, good luck finding a guy as durable and as loyal as Andrew Whitworth. Hey, listen, 16 seasons, man. Left tackle. The guy gave it his all up to the end. I think he's almost 40 years old out there, protecting Matthew Stafford. One of the things I think that stick out, like I said, the longevity and the loyalty. A guy of his skill set that has stuck with a team for that long, would have been left and tried to make more money. He stuck around through all those losing seasons, everything that came with it. He was with them when they made it to the Super Bowl the first time, and then he was with them this time when they made it to the Super Bowl and won. So congratulations to him, and good luck to the Rams, because that's going to be a hard guy to replace, whether they know it or not. The NCAA All-American selections was announced today, and the Big Ten got 3 of the 5 spots, with Illinois Coffee Coburn, Iowa Keegan Murray, and Wisconsin's Johnny Davis earning the honors. Is this the Big Ten's best conference? Okay. Is the Big Ten the best conference in men's basketball, Jay?
Well, I think it's certainly the deepest, as we outlined in our previous segment. As far as being the best, I think any given year they could be the best. I think the thing that hurts them in that argument this year is their top seed is Illinois at the 4 line. And then you look at the Big 12 and you look at the SEC. I don't think there is nowhere as deep as the Big 10, especially because the Big 12 is so small, only 9 teams. But I do think the Big 12 and the SEC are a little bit more top heavy. But then again, I think the depth of the Big 10 is where they're kind of set apart. On Sunday, the Boston Celtics retired the number 5 of Kevin Garnett, who played 6 seasons in Boston, won 1 championship. Was that enough to have his jersey retired in your view?
Yeah, if you play for the Orlando Magic, or you play for, I don't know, the Toronto Raptors maybe. Kawhi gonna get his jersey retired, or the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, honestly, he did. Granted, he won a championship with Boston, but the Timberwolves is where he should get his jersey retired, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, you can get your jersey retired in multiple teams. I think LeBron would get that, I think. But listen, Boston got a higher ceiling. This is the Boston Celtics we're talking about. Go look at their Raptors. It's hey, we got to make more room for another banner. I don't know, man. I just feel like they would have wanted a little more. However, I'm not mad at it. I mean, 6 seasons, won them a title. If you feel like that's great enough to put in your retirement hall, your ring of honor, go big. But I think the bar is set pretty low, So I think it's kind of odd. Just 24 hours after acquiring Matt Olson from the Oakland Athletics, the Atlanta Braves signed their new first baseman to an 8-year, $168 million contract. Too much, too little, or just right, Jay?
Well, in the age of baseball and, every sport just throwing all the money around. And, so you look at some of the numbers are just outrageous. I do think this one is about right. And I think it might be Braves I think they'll get good value out of this one. This is just over $20 million a season. He's going to replace, an icon in Freddie Freeman, a guy that's been synonymous with that organization for the past decade. I think that'll be difficult. But when you talk about, among first basemen, he's definitely one of the best in the game. When he came in early in his career, he had a lot of swing and miss. I think he's tightened that up a little bit. He's not so much a just ridiculous all or nothing guy at the plate, and defensively, one of the best in the game. So, I think you can make the argument that he could have got more money, but I think in the end, I'll put it at just right. The Patriots have traded right guard Shaq Mason to the Bucks in exchange for a 5th-round pick. Are you surprised the Patriots seemingly gave away one of Brady's old offensive linemen?
Hell no. This is what Bill do, baby. Bill been doing this for decades. Like, just when you think a player got some value, Bill give them away for a little less value, and then you come to find out, wait a minute, hold up. Man, we gave away a 5th-round pick for this bum, so you just never know. So, no, I don't think it's necessarily a full giveaway. We got to see what Shaq Mason got, and then maybe so. But it's Bill Belichick, so I take it with a grain of salt because he has a gift of getting rid of players like right before it's time to get rid of them. So he don't have to pay them; somebody else pay them. So yeah, we'll see. New York Yankees have traded catcher Gary Sanchez and Gio Ursulado, the Minnesota Twins, for third baseman Josh Donaldson and shortstop Isaiah Kenner. Help me out with that last name.
Isaiah Falefa.
Okay, that's a name for you folks. Who do you think got the best of that deal, Jay?
I think I go with I'll go with the Yankees because I think Donaldson is the biggest name, and Falefa is pretty underrated, really solid on defense, and pretty decent offensive player, especially good contact hitter. But I think in the end, it's going to come down to, what did the Twins get out of Gary Sanchez? And at times we've seen him be among the best catchers in baseball from an offensive standpoint. But it seems like lately it just hasn't happened. So with that being said, I think the edge right now goes to the Yankees because of Josh Donaldson. Today, we received more details on the contract of Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, and it will be a 3-year, $150 million deal that includes 2 voidable years in 25 and 26. What'd you think of those contract details?
I mean, I'm assuming they dropped those contract details for people like me that thought they was out of their damn mind for signing him for the amount of money that they did. But I mean, listen, the contract is more team friendly, so I ain't mad at that. And I mean, 3 years, $150 million is kind of outrageous for a guy of Aaron Rodgers' age. But for what he has accomplished, you take the good with the bad. So, I mean, I think the contract is a lot more reasonable when you hear those additional terms to it. But I think it's money well earned by Aaron Rodgers. Last one, we got Notre Dame. We got Rutgers. They meeting tonight in the first 4. Jay, who you got?
I'm going to stick with what I said in the previous segment. ACC, 2 seeds. They won't have a team get to the Sweet 16, and Notre Dame, they ain't making the field of 64. Rutgers more battle tested being in the Big Ten. I think that'll serve them well. Rutgers wins tomorrow night. And that concludes tonight's Drink of Wisdom. As always, like, listen, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jay Watts.
And I'm Nathan Drinker. And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, this is A Drink of Wisdom.